Hey,
Hi,
hi.
everybody. We are back again for the month of May. We have this Mother Day special with our spiritual mother, Apostle Paulette. We are so excited to talk about the marketplace, the mothers in the marketplace. Are you excited?
I'm very excited. I'm trying to share real quick.
Oh,
How
yeah.
about you? Okay.
Yeah, I'm sharing. Just sharing. Everybody start sharing because this woman of God, she has insight, she has wisdom, she has knowledge. She is a mother for many nations. So get yourself prepared of what information she's gonna share. She's gonna share with you experience of the marketplace, how she started a business, all the whole journey she's gonna share with you. So right now, as you're coming in, share with everybody, share with your friends, share with your uncle, everybody that you know that needs some information, needs information how to start. If you know a sister, a aunt, anybody that needs this information, just share this with them because they're going to receive so much knowledge of today. So get ready, share. So let me ask you, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you sure you're ready? Because I don't feel the excitement in you.
I'm just trying to share it real
Yeah,
quick.
you're trying to
Okay.
share
I
with
can't
you.
I can't get to share. You send me a link, but it is not
Yes.
working.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me try it different way. Yes.
When I touch the share button, it's saying log in, create new account.
Okay. Okay. For the ones who does not know, you open first Facebook and then you write down our Facebook page. That is Altri Consultancy on Facebook. And then you can immediately find it. And you can see our logo, which is a white circle, and then with blue
So
line.
we see the mobile number, address,
Yes,
password.
and we scroll down a bit,
And you see that we are live.
and then you see our
I don't
picture.
by my telephone. I don't see. When I scroll down, it is like this. So I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah.
I
Let's
don't.
see now.
Let
No, it
me.
doesn't scroll down. It said create a. It's just login. Let me check on the Facebook. Are you on Facebook Live?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so let me go on Facebook Live because I just click on what you give to me.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so
Okay.
just help me share with. Okay, I
Could
see
you
it
Oh,
on
could you
Facebook.
also share?
No, I can share. Okay, it's okay.
yes, we're sharing now. I see that people are sharing. People are going online. They're sharing for us. So that's amazing.
Could you also share? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I see something.
Yeah, I
I
see
see
people are
something.
sharing. We have a sister that is sharing for us, so we are grateful.
Okay. Yes, we see one already
Yes. So,
in our main chat.
so can you start talking about what we do, Ellen?
Yes, we can. I can definitely do that. Okay, so a quick introduction of Altri Consultancy. We are a consultancy firm. We give consultants on mostly Christians startup companies. Now, in the word consulting, it's a very broad term. Um, so this could be a one-time consultations. This could be um, a consultation to kind of build up your business. It could be helping a company solving an issue or a delay. It could be connecting with other companies. It could also be creating plans for businesses. It's a very broad term, actually, um, on the consultant. Let me see, did I miss something else or
Yeah,
not?
you said connecting, you said building, you said making plans, you
Yes.
said everything. So you cover it. You
Yeah.
cover
Okay.
what we do because we're not just a simple company. We just build and help you grow. If you are planning to start a business and you are struggling and you don't know what to do, we're going to show you the steps that how you can start your business. If you already start your business and you still feel stuck and you're like you feel spiritually drained, we're going to help you in that area. We're going to show you exactly what are the steps to push you forward with your business. And for you to know, like I said, we're not just whatever business. We are here to push you through. We are your right hand. We are there to help you, to take you to another level, to take you where God wants your business to go. Because God don't want you to have a business just to have a business. God wants you to have a business so you can expand and grow and do the will of God in your life, right?
Exactly. That is actually the way it needs to be. A quick reminder for the new ones that just joined right now. Please help us share this live stream that is live right now. Please help us share. Back to
Yes.
you.
Yes, help us share with everybody that needs to know how to start a business. If you know a mother, this is a mother live stream special. So you know anybody, your aunt, your sister, any person that is a mother that really have a struggle or difficulties to start their business, share with them because we have our spiritual mother, Apostle Paulette, our special guest online right now. This woman of God is gonna share you with wisdom. Oh my God, wisdom, and keys from heaven. Keys from heaven. She's gonna share right now with you.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, shall we start?
Yes, of
Dive,
course,
dive
because
right.
I know she's ready. She's like, when are they gonna ask me a question? When they gonna introduce me now? So I'm sure she's
Okay.
waiting.
All right. So, first and the easiest question, I believe. So, for the ones who do not know you, can you share with us who is Apostle Paulette Forbes-Boschmans?
Apostle Paulette Forbes-Boschmans, who is she? What
Yes.
must I say? A woman with faith, a
Mm.
woman that like to see other people arise, a woman that love to push because I believe there's no limitation once we are walking in the will of God or as a believer. I believe I am a person that don't take no
Hmm.
and don't believe in failure.
I
I believe that we can climb that mountain and reach to the highest point of it if we believe in ourselves. And many people don't understand that, but I am that type of person that I believe that there's no limitation. And because of that, I have knocked on many doors. And one of the first doors that I knock on before I become a believer was business. So I am a mother, I am a wife, I'm a grandmother,
ooh.
and I mean, you can name it. What I believe, I believe anything you put me in, and that is my faith. And I'm just want to encourage somebody because when people ask me, who are you? There's so much thing I can tell you who I am, but it's better for you to find out yourself. But I believe that there is nothing that once you're carrying that seed that seed that God has given to you, his word is his spirit, his power, that there is no limitation in whatever you are going to do. All you need is perseverance, hope, and belief. That is who I am.
Wow, that is powerful stuff right there because I feel like this is a characteristic of a powerful woman in business. Do you feel that?
It is a very powerful, I mean, a very concentrated summary of who Apostle Paulette is. It's very powerful. It's very concentrated with many, many informations.
So she said, push, perseverance, powerful.
It does not
Ooh.
accept no.
She doesn't accept no. Those are characteristic of a businesswoman right there. Huh?
Yeah.
As you were saying, you said you started in business. What is the reason you decided to be a businesswoman?
In the beginning, I started out because I came from that stream. My father and mother took over the business from my grandparents. They had one of the a bakery that if you ask anybody in Jamaica from downtown, they would tell you about this bakery that make the patties and the meatloaf, the best meatloaf. Everybody knew about that meatloaf and that patty and bread. So my mother and father took it over. From 9 children, my sister and me, my older sister and me was the one that they put inside of the bakery. So you can understand that as a young girl going to school and going in to help, to in the shop, the bakery, I was always in that area. Growing after I left my parents' home, then I came into a position. Sometimes God has to put you in a position to bring out what is inside of you, that business, that treasure or whatever He has placed in you. So I came into a situation that I had 2 children, and I wasn't working, and I didn't know how to do it. And I was always a person saving. So there was this young man that always know that I could make something out of nothing. I'm very creative with my hand. So he always looked at me and he said, Paulette, you need to do business. And I wasn't thinking at that moment of it, but I came into a survival moment. And many Jamaicans who are in a survival moment, that means they have children or have a family, they're not working, and the only thing they can do is to go into selling, doing business. So he came to me and he said to me, there is a lady that came from abroad and she has some second-hand clothes and she's selling it. So he brought me to this lady. So my first business started out with second-hand clothes. So I brought all these clothes, and they were new. They wear them one, or they don't wear them. And at those days, people were just in fashion. Jamaican people love fashion. So, and it was good stuff. So I brought them, and at that moment, it was not for business. It was for survival.
Wow.
But did not know something was inside of me that was locked up, and this was the key to push me into that realm. You see, sometimes we have a river close up inside of us, and to stir that up, we have to come into a situation to unlock that river. And this was a situation that I came into. So when I brought the clothes, I start going to companies, and I would stand out the gates and I make a tent. And I'm telling you, it was sunny, it was hot. And the thing is, it break my insecurity, my shame, because I was not like that. I wasn't brought up like that, to expose myself so opening, going to a company, standing outside under a tent and putting out clothes to sell. So I started out from there, and I start getting clients. What I did, because I know many times people don't have the money to pay. So what I did, I give it to them, and every month I would go to collect. So it started out from there, and then from there it started enlarge. That I start buying more things from bigger business people, and then added it to it. And in about 6 months, I took my first flight to Curacao. That's why I love Curacao so much, because
Okay.
that
Okay.
that
Right.
was a place that blessed me. You can't forget the places or the people that have blessed you in your journey. So, I started in about 6 months. I started I traveled one time to Curacao to buy goods. It was I mean, you got to know starting a business, there is not a, Jamaica have a lot of potholes. So when you drive in the car, you better be strong because you're going up and
Up
down.
and down, up and down.
Yeah, yeah.
And this is how business is, because they are hard people. Back in Jamaica, we call them a igla, and the igla, they are hard, they are rough, and you got to be like them to really survive. Can you imagine, you are survive, you want to survive, you're in a survival position, to help your children, but yet still you are in a place that you're thinking, oh my God, I'm going to
What?
die.
What I'm doing?
What are you
I'm
doing?
doing
Yeah, yeah.
myself.
Because they are all rough type of people. So I started out in that era, and every time when I'm traveling to Curacao, I felt like a mouse, with elephants. And I come out back getting experience, because one thing you must understand as a business person, you go in not to fail.
No, you don't. You
You
don't.
go in to succeed. Many times when people give up, because they go in with that mentality that if it doesn't work, I have this other thing to do. Or if it doesn't work, this is not for me. But you have to have a mindset that this is something that you're going to put 100% in, and it has to succeed. So your mind must come into a place that this thing has to make a way for me to come out of this survival situation. So when I went in it, it was to provide for my children. And the thing is, I saw how other people live from it and how they succeed in it. You got to look at others, not what they fail in, but what they succeed in. And then you have to find a way to hang on to something that will give you the courage to push forward. So I came into that place where I start looking how others survive. They built good, they had big business, and the money was in it. So I begin to also not only just looking to survive, I needed to get the wisdom and the understanding from what am I doing. Because it is not just going in and buying. You got to get the revelation, the wisdom, and how when you go in, you have to get your plane fare back. You have to look what you eat, what to get it back, your hotel back, the tax back, how much you're going to put on it, how you're going to, all these things you have to know. So it is not just go in and buy and come out and sell. So you got to, make connection. So I tried to make connection to people that I see not was failing. You see, many people look for people just like them. I wasn't looking for people just like me. I looking for people that look better than me, that come to a place that I could ask, how did you reach to that place? Because your mindset must not be from where you are. You must see further. God said to Abraham, what do you see? He said to Jeremiah, what do you see? You see, you got to see beyond than where you are. Because if not, then you will be keep looking down, and when failure come, you will give up. When you start a business, you start it because you know you will win. So I start looking and I start getting information. And with that information, then I start pushing. But one thing I had in my mind, that I will not be a small business owner. So I started out one time per 3 months. Then I start growing. And then it end up that before 1 year, I start going 3 times, 4 times to Curacao. What I did was, and which I do even now, I start looking for small business people, encouraging them to join me. So my sister was in, I put her in the business. My brother wife, I put them in the business. I started putting people in the business. Then I had my two nephews, didn't have a work. So they have a place. And I know if Jamaican are listening or other people, they will know about these places. You have a place that named Falmouth, Maypen, and these are where all the big business people that they sell retail. What they do, they go there and they put out their goods, and small business owner come and buy from them. So what I do I think they used to go every week or certain days. I got two young boys, my family, and I would give them that goods, and they will take it down and sell it. And then I had a store where I sit in it, and then my sisters would go in front of the store, outside the store, and they would sell. So it began to increase. Then I went to Panama. Then I start traveling to Manhattan. Then I start, and connecting. So it become real. You understand when I said it become real? It become real that when I came to Holland, how did I came? Because I met a businessman from Holland. He had about 3 stores. One in Gaymont and in Helmont, and he also did marketing. So I was on Volkenswaard, Uden, overall in Holland, Maastricht. I used to go to this market, Helen, and I used to help him sell. So because the business connect to me, the oil flowing, the water flowing from business, it was easy. His business even increased.
Wow.
Why it increased? One, because I know when I get to a place, you got to connect not only to the business, but to the people.
Come on.
You understand what I just said?
Yes.
Not to just the business that you want money. Once you have the people, you have the money. So I had to come into a place. I was on the market, but I know what it is to have customer service. So people would really come there to our tent or to the store just because they know I would tell them what match, what look nice, how to do it, how to wear it. So they loved that. And I think in this time, if somebody's doing business, this is what we miss nowadays. Customer service. Bringing out, even though you're doing it to survive, but make it not just be a survival business. Make it be a business that give you joy to see others laugh. Then when you dress them and you look at them and see how beautiful them is, not only looking at them, but when they look at themselves. Some people are walking with low self-esteem. Some people, if they're fat, they don't know what to wear. If they're mager, they don't know how to dress. But when you dress them and they look in the mirror, they will always come back. They will always come back. So it was in me so much that even in Holland, I would travel to New York and Manhattan. I remember when I came to Helmont, I was the first to bring the big pants, because Holland never used to wear these big jeans pants.
Well, and they like skinny. They like everything skinny and tight.
The big shirts. So I would go into New York and come back, and I would, you have to understand what is in you. Doesn't just shut up. Even though I try not to do it anymore like that, because ministry is, I try. That's why you see in the church, you see so much business going on top, because you have to understand that you cannot just put away what God gives to you inside. And I started out doing this, and I've learned so much that when I became a believer, I said to Brother Alan, I don't know how to do it, because I did business in the world and then I stopped it. I become a believer. And when I become a believer, I thought, hallelujah, praise God. This is it. This is it. But then I got a vision one day. And in that vision was opening an English Christian bookshop. So I was the first in Andover to open an English Christian bookshop. And I mean, I was on the news. I was and I used to go to church, from church to people wanted to hear, how did you begin? How did you? And it was by faith. Why? Because I took the step already. The road has already, the pathway is already made and clear. So for me to come now as a believer to start something out of nothing wasn't hard. Because I knew now that I even have more faith than before.
Wow.
I had more faith. I remember a lady told me, she said, there's a man in the Gemeente, and when you go to him for help for business, he will say no. He said only no. But my no has finished many years ago, because I know with business, I didn't see no. I said yes. So I said, give me the number. I went there without a business form. You know, you have to fill in some business thing to get a finance loan. I went in, Brother Alan, I went in and came up back with 25,000.
Wow. Woo.
Wow.
Without just a vision, without anything. And that was what we went to church. Everybody know us from the Woman of Faith bookshop. You can ask anybody about it. They know us. And we went, and when I sold him the vision, what I have for this bookshop. I came out back without even giving him a paper, 25,000 to start it. So we started bookshop, and you know what? I used to travel from Holland, go to North Carolina, go to New York just to buy goods. Why? When you are selling, you don't look what others have. You try to have something different.
Yes.
So I go to all these countries, and I would pick things out. I would take even the Greyhound bus. You ever heard about the Greyhound bus? From North Carolina, I drive to New York, buy goods, go back to North Carolina, come back to Holland. I would stay in my shop for when I come back to, to put the tags and to do everything. It took me hours with Apostle Ann to do it, because we started out together. So it took us hours, sometime morning, we are going home. But when you're starting out as a business owner, you have to put time into it. Time is important. Faith is important. So these are something that what I'm saying to you is, I went outside of Holland to bring something new inside of Holland so that we could make our dream be fulfilled. Wow. In the bookshop, I didn't only sell book. I sell hair, I sell lotion, I sell everything.
In the bookshop.
Apostle, you're everywhere. You sell everything.
Oh, wow.
So it is because you're not competing with others. You are looking to be the best, because you have to grow. Right. You have to grow, and you have to find out what the customer needs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I wasn't, it was when I saw that there was certain hair that wasn't here, certain makeup wasn't here, certain things, because at that time, America was, say, 3 years before Holland. Now we're still a bit because of computer, it's a few months or thing, but many years ago, it was many years behind. Holland was behind. So when I bring something new from from America to Holland, nobody has it. It will sell. So I make a lot of money. I did make a lot. I make a lot of money. So it's trying to understand that in a business there's competition. Mm-hmm. There's always will be. But I know when you are in a business and it's in you, God will give you the creative to can change things. I can look at a cup and change it. And you have the same cup, and when I finish with it, it doesn't look like the same cup. So I never look at what others are doing, because in your mind, you're not, because after 3 years, you come out of survival. It takes 3 years for you to know you're really a business owner.
Yeah.
And this is a time to start building and look how you can expand. So I saw, I love business. I really do. Any more question? I
No,
love it, right?
no, Apostle. We love that you went. You said so much. I hope everybody is writing down, because Apostle released a lot of keys. She talked about connection. She talked about faith. She talked about perseverance. She talked about don't focus on the competition. She talked about having variety. I hope that everybody are writing everything down, because these are keys how you can flourish in the marketplace. I hope people are writing. Let me see. People are writing. I hope they are. I hope they are.
I think for most of our audience, they would need to replay
I think, yeah,
the whole live
just go
stream.
and replay, because she said, I think she mentioned more than 25 things in a short time.
Yes, yes,
You
yes,
saw how excited I am with business.
yes. Okay, I do have a question here. Now, you mentioned many things that you did, right? Um, could you mention some challenges that you encountered?
That's why I said it is like Jamaica Road. You come into the potholes. The challenge is sometimes you will, because you are starting out. When I started out, one of the challenge was finance, because you come up with that financial problem. And everybody wants to start out big, but the Bible said, don't despise starting small.
Small beginnings, yeah.
And that is the problem. Sometimes we want to start so big and look, because we are looking what others have. And the challenge was finance, and that's why when I got the money from the Gemeente as a gift, didn't have to pay nothing back, thank God. It expand, but God looked at how we started out in faith, not looking at, we didn't have money. When I started out with the bookshop, I didn't have nothing in my bank account at that time. So challenges is the first thing is finance. And the second thing is that when you just started out, you have to know how to build your clients. So when you see like a Friday, when you are in your store and you see other shops, people going in and out and nobody coming in your one, then you have to find a way now how to pay your bills. And that's why I said perseverance. You have to come to a place where you understand that this can just be a season, but it's not a lifetime. So there is challenge to finance. There's challenging when you pass through stress also. I want everybody to hear this, because there is no business person that started out in a business that doesn't pass through the valley of stress.
Come on now. We
You
know this.
pass through stress. Man, you can go through it different ways. And then you not only stress, the another challenge is you are seeing others growing or moving, and you still trying to climb up. And the climbing up can take 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. And that is where I had to invest my time into finding ways that I don't become discouraged or dismayed about what God has given me. You got to know who you are, and you got to know what you're doing is really what God called you to do, else you will give up. So these are the challenging that I faced when the finance in the beginning, the time that you come home, sometimes you can't sleep, you pass through stress, you pass through negativity. Some people telling you, look what you're doing, this not going to work. You pass through, you have to pay your bills. You can't, you keep, so you pass through challenging. And I did pass through it. And I think many people pass through it, and some give up and some continue pressing. There, without challenging, you don't have a testimony.
That's right.
So
That's right.
you pass through this, but you always, what I would encourage somebody when they're passing through these things, find a goodly, friendly person that can encourage you, that can motivate you. Try to also invest in yourself. When we started out the shop, me and Apostle Ann, we weren't getting money in the beginning before we get the loan. But you know what we did? Every Friday, we would go to a restaurant. Can you imagine? If we get 20 guilders in, we go to the restaurant with the 20 guilders. And we sit there and we eat and we laugh and we plan. And tomorrow morning, we don't know what is going to happen. But look what happened. The laughter goes into the river. The faith goes into the river. The joy go back, because we need the joy. So we were empowering our spirit in many different ways to go on. And we did see the fruit of it. Did I answer you?
Yes, you did answer us, because you said we go through stress. And that is true, because when we started our business, sometimes you have a high expectation of when you start something, and then it doesn't go the way you want it to, and you become stressful. You become to feel dismotivated, and you don't have the strength to do it. We had to really talk with each other a lot, because we felt like we just started a business and it's not going anywhere. And that is true what you say, Apostle, that we looked for the joy of the Lord to give us the strength to push over. Because if it was not for that, we would have given up. That's one. And second, you said we need to know who we are. If we didn't believe that we were called for starting a business, to start a business and to advise people to start their business, we would have given up. We would have given up the first 2-3 months already, because we started our business during the corona time, the time that there was drought, the time there was no motivation, the time that people were just giving up and they didn't want to do anything anymore. They want to close. Even many businesses went bankrupt. A lot of businesses went bankrupt in Holland. So can you imagine how we were feeling right now, that everywhere, left and right, people were closing their business, and you will start to question yourself. So this is true what you say, Apostle, that I'm so happy I had my husband next to me, because if he was not talking to me, if we were not talking to each other to push each other through, we would have just closed the business already.
Right. And that's why I said, find ways to encourage yourself. Because the thing is, with many people, the vision comes, and you will have a vision to start something. The Bible said, write it down and make it clear. When the Bible said, write it down and make it clear, many people just think, oh, that is it. You put it on a piece of paper, you make a business plan, and that is it. When you write it down, it means write it down on your heart, and make your heart accept it, that it don't depart from you. Make it become one with you. Your heart pumps the blood to every different part of your body. So the vision must become one with you. And that is what, when I started, me and Apostle and started out the bookshop, or before I start business, I write it down. you know, and I make it become one with me. And when it become one with me, I become that rock, unmovable, unshakable. So I don't just run from here to there. I want to see the manifestation of it. And I'm telling you, when other people see you standing and you are going forward, they will want to connect to you. But you got to push. Every business, you got to push. The 3 first year, you can't go in and using it to do your hair, to buy clothes, you can't do that because it won't work. You have to, I was doing the business and I still have a job. I was working off day. So that off day was supplying my bills. And then I have somebody paying to stay in the shop. We did have that. People helping. So you have to understand that you have to use wisdom. You can't just shut down your job.
No,
You can't.
And just say, okay, I'm going in full-time ministry. I'm going full-time business. Come on. You have to use wisdom in these things. And this is why I said, you know, the next thing is the depression come, but you cannot make what is inside of you die because you're not seeing what you see at that moment. The vision, sometimes we see the vision and it's so big. Oh, when you understand, when you just start talking about your business, you tell people how big it is. You saw how much money, how much customer, or we're going to flourish and people from all over. So you catch the vision. And you start running, and along the way, you don't see it growing. You don't see the people. You don't see it shining. And then you think, hey, but this is not what I saw.
no.
What happened? What happened? And then you become discouraged. And then you think this, and then you start saying to your wife, Tishani, this is not it. I don't believe in this. Where are we going? Let us stop. Or you said, Alan, let us stop. It's not for us. You know, but that is not true. You have to work it out. You have to push. Because a woman would carry a child for 9 months. And in that 9 months, the first 3 months is throwing up, sickness, all these things. After the 4th month, she start feeling better. Then the 5th month, then she start feeling the baby moving. And then a woman carrying a child have double feelings. Good, bad, joy. You know, same way with a business. But at the right time, the appointed time, there is birthing. So there is a point in time. The Bible said the vision will tarry for a time, but then it will come to fulfillment. Then you see the baby come out, and then the joy come. Then you see the vision come out. Then you know, oh my God, this is what I was fighting for. And the funniest thing, just as a woman carrying a child that went through so much pain, she will go back again for the second child.
Yes.
Yes.
Just the same way with a business. You will go and open another business, another branch. You will start another thing and another. And then you forget how you started out small. You start seeing the increase. And that is how it is. It will tarry for a time. With my business, I just didn't stop like that. God told me to shut it. I didn't know from it, listen, from the business birth powerhouse.
Wow.
Many people were prophesying you're going to have many branches of this shop, many things. Then God told me, he said, shut it. I said, God, why must I shut this? People going to laugh at us. Look how much place I go talking about the woman of faith. Look, he said, shut it. And that is how I had to shut the bookshop. And from the bookshop, after 2 months or 3 months, Powerhouse Ministry came forth. Look at it. And look how much branch. So the prophecy, what they give to me, wasn't wrong. But it was not the bookshop. It was the ministry.
For our viewers who doesn't know Powerhouse Ministry, could you explain very short how many branches there are?
I would have to count it.
I think it's 10, right? No, 11, because you just opened Jamaica.
I really never count. I think about 10, 11. I think.
Yeah. Just above 10. Just say that first.
So, and it started out where? In a house with 3 people. In a house with 3 people. But you got to know the location. Because I started out in my house in Helmont, and everybody were telling me the church must be in Helmont. But then I went back and seek the Lord. And the Lord said, where you start doesn't say that is where you're going to build. And he said, go and look for a building. And wherever you find the building, you will know that is where you need to start. And I found it in Eindhoven, not in Helmont. Helmont came, I think Helmont, it was the 3rd or the 4th church. So sometimes the location must be right. I came to Belgium and the Lord showed me before the city, everything where the ministry must start. And everybody saying, come to this city, do this, do. I said, no, I will stick to where the Lord said it must begin. So location and to make the vision clear must be right. Don't just open a shop somewhere because you think people are, no, you got to, because I remember I went to this conference and we were selling and there were many big stores selling and we were just a small store. They, believe you me, they put us in a valley, a hook that nobody will see us. And I thought we would never sell here. Nothing would come that day. Let me tell you something. The oil that flow, the river that flow, bringing so much people. Apostle Anna and my husband can testify that even the big business people with big Christian bookshop had to come and look what we were selling. They had to come and look what we were selling, that so many people were gathering. Bees only come where honey is.
Okay.
You catch that one?
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
catching. I'm catching. I don't know if the viewers are catching.
If you don't have no honey, bees won't come. Sweetness. If there's no sweetness, there's no bees.
That's
So
very
you
true.
got, and when we were buying the books, we didn't just go and buy a book. We asked the Holy Spirit to teach us and lead us. So whatever book, whatever gift, whatever we put in that shop wasn't from our own. So you have to understand as a business person, you got to put aside believing Christianity. You got to have the mindset how others think. And if you're in a area, you walk and look what they have. I would walk many stores and look. And I don't look what they have. I look what they have, but I'm thinking I can do better. I don't want this. I know how to build. So we don't go like if I see somebody have H&M, for example, good mark, nothing wrong with it. Then if I have a H&M pants, I would never buy the jacket. I would never buy a top to wear with it from H&M. I would go probably to Primark, example. Or I go to Zara, or I go to Mango. So I put a top on top of the pants that doesn't represent nothing than my own mark. If I have a shoes and I see everybody has it, then I go and I look for stones. I look for something different and I fix it. When I put it on, you will never recognize it that it's from the same store. So you have to be creative with your product and how you set it out. Don't hang up something that is all crushed. Press it. You know, people look at details. People look, even if you have a rundown store, how you present the goods, how you let, you know, people look at all these things.
Okay.
That is true. No, what you're saying, Apostle, is true, because you remember we were going to Roermond. You know, Roermond that has those different brand places,
Outlets.
those outlets, and we went to Ralph Lauren's. Was it?
Ralph Lauren.
Yeah, it was Ralph Lauren's, and we went inside because Ralph Lauren's is a high quality shop. It's not whatever shop; it's high quality shop. But there was a clothes that I saw that I really liked. But what I didn't like on the clothes, it was wrinkled. There has dirt on it. It was dirt on it. And I was like, how can this high quality shop have dirt on their clothes? I'm not gonna buy it. I'm not gonna buy something that is dirty. Who's gonna buy something that is dirty? Even though the brand was good, even though the brand image is well known for high quality, but because I saw dirt on the clothes, I made a decision. I'm not gonna buy it anymore. So what you're saying, Apostle, is true.
Yeah.
It's true what you're saying, that people see detail. They don't just go buy because they know they're gonna they know they're gonna, how to say, they're gonna give a lot of money. They're gonna spend
Yeah.
a lot of money in that clothing. So they want high quality. They want that value back that they're giving into the clothes.
Yes, sometimes like that, as a store owner, because so many people touch, or it's it maybe on the ground, or you know, people try it on. What most of the time they will do is take it from a place and put it in sale. And then if it was for 100 something, they sell it for 20, 30. People will buy, because when you wash it, they look at the mark on it. You understand? For example, when I had the store and we were selling in Jamaica, because it's much sun, when you put it outside in the etalage, it burn the color out. So many times we'd have to, you know, bring it out to sell it for nothing. But we don't lose, we still gain. You understand? So sometimes it's your name and how you present the things, or your, you know, your customer service is wow, and you want to go back. You will want to go back, you know, and that is what we miss in these days: customer service
As
and
you
the
were saying,
quality.
Apostle, you were talking about customer service. How can we give a high quality customer service? Can you give us some advice in that area?
The thing is, when somebody enter into your business, spend time. And if you can't spend time, when they come in, it's always have a smile, or you hold their hands and look in their eyes. When you do that, you're telling them, you can trust me. I am your friend. Look straight in and hold on to their hands. And they know that, okay, this is a friendly person. Then while you're visiting someone else talking, you come back to them. Are you okay? How are you doing? Then if they try on something, be honest with them. This doesn't fit you. I have something else that will, you know, look better on you. If you wear it like this, if you do your hair like this, you know, and sometimes this is not the place for them to buy. Encourage them to go somewhere else. You understand? Because they will come back. They will come back. This is how you get people. I tell you, I used to have coffee in my bookshop. I have a corner where there's coffee and tea. So when they come to buy the book, they could sit and look at it. I would go have a conversation, and I would always even tell them what to buy for certain gifts. If I don't have it, I can order it. But you find time, to let them, and you're not just doing it. There must be a friendly way that, even when you see them, they will say, hey, you find time to build relationship. People must understand it's not just making money. But once you can build a relationship with that person, even you doing this, and you can call, hey, how is your business? Have you gotten any customer? Did you try this? Did you do this? The person they will never leave you. Even when other people come, they will not let go, because they will not find a person like you and how you take interest in what I'm telling you, they will not do it. They will be faithful to you. So these are things that we are missing in this time, because people just want, and I understand, but we are losing the key to real business.
Okay. I have a question now. You mentioned some challenges, right? Now, my question is, did you have any challenges raising your kids while doing businesses?
No. Why? Because when I was in Jamaica, at that time, I went back home. And my mother was a mother that all our girls, then when they have a baby or children, she would take them. So I was living at home. My mother was there. My sister was there. The Caribbean, mother, auntie, niece, nephew, everybody grow your children. So I didn't have that. The only challenge is that I had was I had to stand up very early in the morning, because even though I was living there, I still, when I have time to take care of my kids. So I had to stand up early in the morning, make lunch, make breakfast, take them to the bus. I had to pay somebody to take them from school to bring them home. My mother would take care of them at that time. So Jamaica didn't have challenge. When I came to Holland and doing the bookshop, I did a challenge, in not really challenge, because my husband was there at the time, and it's only that you had to invest time. That's mean hours a night. Only when I do, like in Copen, like how you say in Copen, when you
So,
buy the goods in,
Restock?
it take 2 days or so to really, price it, to look at how to sell it and all these things. But my kids grow up knowing me, even when I used to live alone with them. They know that I was doing business. So it wasn't, because they grow up knowing me doing that. So, and like, no, I don't think that was the challenge. The challenge was more me pushing to succeed in what I'm doing at that moment and not fail. Because what I want to say is, when you have a family, you don't make your challenge be known to them, else you will end up failing. So for my kids, them, I see like Prophet Felicia. She's doing all these business. And what she did, she put all her children in it. So I saw what I didn't succeed fully in. Like I used to do face, I didn't continue with it. She has 2 business. I saw she writing book, she doing so, and not only that, our children are involved in it. So I never let my kids saw the challenging in what I was doing, because for me it was not about they seeing that, as they would not go into it. They would have not have done it easily.
so basically, Apostle, you're saying that if you share the challenges with them, they would have not tapped into
No,
to do the same step as you would have done.
no, because when with my son Ophio, when because I love business, When I saw that upstairs was finished and he could do the barber because he liked clipping, I went to England and I got all the equipment for barbers, chair, everything. And I just presented to him. That's how we started. And look at him today. He would, if he saw the challenging and the thing that I had to go through to do it, he would say, "Ma, no, I don't want to do this." Felicia would say, "No, I don't want to do this." So you have to present something good that they will not see the difficult part and let them figure it out for themselves along the way. Because a road, if you don't bump upper, you will not know how to go about it or
No,
how to drive through the potholes.
no,
So
that's
I
true.
didn't open it even with ministry. I don't go about really challenging, because if you look at the challenge, you will stop. There will be challenge, but you must look and how to make challenge be your friend and overcome it.
Wow.
Okay. It's a very unique way of seeing it.
So let challenges be your friend. Hold tight to it. Like this.
No, because people just say challenge, failure. No, let it be your friend. Challenge is good. It make you become strong. It make you become overcomer. It make you become victorious. And look at it now, from business to ministry. So that's mean there's many challenging I overcome that make me become so strong now that I can go into anywhere without looking at the challenge. It become what? A friend. Because I understand I need the challenge. Because if you don't have challenge, you will stuck at where you are and you don't grow. So something has to rise up for you to grow, or for you to be great, or for you to succeed.
Okay. Okay.
As we see the time, people, wow, it went very fast. To be honest, I didn't even feel it. It went so fast. I didn't even notice the time. We were like,
It was. I think this is. I think we should let the audience ask some questions.
just one. If the audience, do you have one question? One question for Apostle, one Apostle Paulette. If you have a question, please share right now. We have 1 or 2 minutes if you have a question for her. If not, you lost your chance. This is a chance, one chance of a lifetime. You see nobody.
Wait. Let them think.
I would not think I would just jump. Just jump. I see someone ask. Oh, I see. Apostle Sharon is in the house. Welcome, Apostle. She asked, tell how business is ministry.
That would be a long. But it is, and that is how you learn how to build. Because, as I said, if you listen to what I said, getting to know the people, making relationship. Don't go in just for what you want, but how you can impart in others and to build them also. So when I was doing business, that was my motto, to bring the best out in people. The bookshop, I would stay in the shop and see people walking depressed, and I would bring them into the shop, encourage them, deliver them, give them a cup of coffee, and send them out. And they would come back because there was this shop, it brought so much things out of people. So you have to understand it is a ministry. It is a business, but you must not combine it into one way, because it's two by right. It's two different way. It can be same way in building, but if you try to bring business into ministry and not kind of bring a thin line between it, you can get into many problems. I've seen it.
Okay.
So it is something that you learn from it. You can learn from both ways, but you have to know how to combine it as one. If not, many people use business in ministry, and either the business take over the ministry or the ministry take over the business. So you have to be very wise with doing that.
Okay. Thank you so much, Apostle. Let me see if there's more question. I give a couple of seconds because I see nobody popping no more questions. No? No more question? Okay. Oh, someone jump in. A question for Alan and Trisha. Let me see. A question for Alan and Trisha. What kind of consultation do you both give? Do you want to take this one?
Okay, I would have to ask a question about this question just to clarify. Um, kind of consult do you both give? Okay, so when the live stream started, I explained. I believe it was 4 or 5 things. So the word consultancy is a broad term. So you have a quick advice that's one of the forms of consultation. You give a very powerful advice that with that advice you succeed in something very big. You have processes of building a business. So then that's going to you help that person build a company and following all the processes. Knowing what to do during certain challenges in the company. That's also a form of consultation. What we also do is connecting with the right person for a business, for example, building a website or help with your social media, for example. And the last one, I believe, is creating plans, business plans, marketing plan, and those kind of things. Do we have one more?
No, I think we mentioned. And we also organize this business conference. We organize this business conference with Apostle Paulette, with Powerhouse Ministry, so we can help you connect with other businesses to take you to the next level. We will share the next business conference soon for you to know. We also is doing this live stream, so you can also receive a type of consultation. As you can see here from our spiritual mother, Apostle Paulette, she is giving you tips on how to take your business to the next level.
So for the ones who still have questions for us, just contact us. Contact us via our Facebook page, or you can give us a call. Let me see. Let me give a phone number here.
I will give you a phone number. Yes, that you can call. As he is looking for the telephone number, I just wanted to thank everybody who is on this live stream. Thank you so much. Thank you, Apostle. Oh my gosh, that's not, oh my gosh, it was amazing. This was really, really wonderful. I want to say to all the audience, if you feel like this live stream really touched you and you want to give a seed or you want to give something, you are allowed to. We're going to put a link into the comments. If you want to give something, you are allowed to. If you feel like you want to be part also of the live stream, please, you are allowed to contact us. As also you want to be one of the consultation, the advisor, one of the special guests, you are allowed to contact us, and we're gonna organize a live stream with you so you can touch many, many, many lives. And why I'm saying this, touch many, many lives, I don't want to say this yet, but this is a tip. We are planning to go global soon. So we're not going to stay only in Holland, but we're going to go in different places so you can learn different countries, how the marketplace work. Like right now, Apostle already shared a little bit about Jamaica. So we're going to do a part 2, how Jamaica work in the marketplace. If you are from Aruba, you can also share how the marketplace is in Aruba, in different country. So we're going to do that as the next step soon. So stay alert at our page.
Okay, I have the phone number here for the ones who wants to contact us. This is one of our numbers. So it's 065 31 685
685
31.
31. So we're going to share it now. So you can call for any consultation you want. We're going to give you anything that you need with your business. If we cannot help you, no matter. We're going to find somebody that
That's
will
right.
help you to take you where God wants you to be. So thank you, everybody. Thank you again, Apostle. It was amazing. We are going to have a part 2 for sure. Jamaica in the marketplace, right, Apostle? So thank you, everyone. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.